meet real-world stories, and today we're diving into one of the most graceful, influential, and quietly powerful luxury cars ever made, the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. This is not just a car, it's a symbol of a turning point in automotive history, where old-world craftsmanship met modern engineering, and where silence, comfort, and authority redefined what a luxury automobile should be. When the Silver Shadow was unveiled in 1965, the world was changing fast. The swinging 60s were in full motion, technology was advancing, and buyers were beginning to expect more than tradition alone. Rolls-Royce understood that to survive, it had to evolve without losing its soul. The Silver Shadow became that evolution. It was the first Rolls-Royce built as a monocoque body rather than a separate chassis, which immediately transformed how the car handled, rode, and felt on the road. This single decision marked a bold step forward for a company known for caution and perfection. Visually, the Silver Shadow carried unmistakable Rolls-Royce DNA. The upright grille stood proudly at the front, crowned by the Spirit of Ecstasy, a figure that had already become a global icon. Yet compared to earlier models, the Shadow looked more compact, more modern, and more purposeful. Its smooth, flowing lines replaced the more formal, upright shapes of previous generations. This was Rolls-Royce quietly telling the world that luxury didn't need to shout, it could whisper with confidence. Under the bonnet, the Silver Shadow featured a mighty V8 engine, initially 6.2 litres and later expanded to 6.75 litres. But power figures were never the point. Rolls-Royce famously refused to quote horsepower numbers, simply stating that output was adequate. What mattered was how that power was delivered. Acceleration was effortless, smooth, and almost silent. You didn't drive a Silver Shadow aggressively, you guided it. The car seemed to glide rather than move, isolating occupants from the outside world in a way few cars could then, and even fewer can now. One of the most revolutionary features of the Silver Shadow was its hydropneumatic self-leveling suspension, licensed from Citroën but refined to Rolls-Royce standards. This system allowed the car to maintain a perfectly level ride regardless of passengers or luggage. On rough roads, the Silver Shadow floated serenely, making potholes and imperfections feel distant and irrelevant. For owners, this meant unparalleled comfort whether cruising city streets or traveling long distances. Step inside the cabin, and the Silver Shadow truly reveals its character. This was an interior crafted by human hands, not machines. The wood veneers were carefully matched and polished to a mirror finish. The leather seats were hand-stitched, thick, and incredibly supple. Even the smell inside a Silver Shadow was distinctive, a blend of leather, wood, and subtle luxury that modern cars struggle to replicate. Everything you touched felt substantial, deliberate, and timeless. Despite its reputation as a chauffeur-driven vehicle, many owners chose to drive the Silver Shadow themselves. The steering was light yet precise, the brakes, advanced for their time with a high-pressure hydraulic system, were powerful, and visibility was excellent. While it was a large car, it never felt unwieldy. Rolls-Royce engineers had carefully balanced size, comfort, and control, creating a car that rewarded calm, confident driving. The Silver Shadow quickly became a favorite among royalty, celebrities, industrialists, and heads of state. From London to Los Angeles, it appeared outside five-star hotels, private estates, and exclusive events. It wasn't flashy like some luxury cars, instead, it projected authority and refinement. Owning a Silver Shadow wasn't about impressing others, it was about knowing you had the very best. Over its long production run from 1965 to 1980, the Silver Shadow evolved subtly. Improvements were made to reliability, braking systems, and interior details. Rolls-Royce listened carefully to feedback and refined the car without ever compromising its core identity. By the time production ended, over 30,000 Silver Shadows had been built, making it the most successful Rolls-Royce model of its era. Today, the Silver Shadow occupies a fascinating place in the classic car world. For years, it was undervalued, often overlooked due to maintenance costs and complexity. But attitudes are changing. Enthusiasts now recognize the Silver Shadow as a masterpiece of engineering and craftsmanship. Well-maintained examples offer an ownership experience unlike any other classic car, delivering comfort and presence that still feel special decades later. Driving a Silver Shadow today is a reminder of how different luxury once was. There are no massive screens, no digital distractions, no artificial engine sounds. Instead, there is silence, space, and a sense of occasion. Every journey feels important, whether it's a short drive to town or a long cruise down the highway. The car encourages patience and appreciation, rewarding smooth inputs and relaxed driving. Maintenance is often discussed when talking about the Silver Shadow, and rightly so. This is not a car for neglect or shortcuts. Proper care is essential, particularly for the hydraulic systems. However, when maintained correctly, the Silver Shadow is remarkably robust. Many examples have covered enormous distances, proving that Rolls-Royce's obsession with durability was not just marketing, it was reality. The Silver Shadow also laid the foundation for future Rolls-Royce models. Its design philosophy, engineering solutions, and approach to luxury influenced generations that followed. Without the Shadow, the modern Rolls-Royce as we know it simply wouldn't exist. It bridged the gap between tradition and progress, ensuring the brand remained relevant in a rapidly changing world. What truly sets the Silver Shadow apart is how it makes people feel. There is a sense of calm and dignity that surrounds the car. It doesn't demand attention, yet it commands respect. Park it anywhere, and people will notice, not because it's loud or aggressive, but because it carries itself with quiet confidence. For collectors, the Silver Shadow represents incredible value in the classic luxury market. It offers genuine Rolls-Royce ownership, authentic craftsmanship, and historical importance at a fraction of the cost of earlier or later models. As appreciation grows, so does respect for this once underestimated icon. In Australia and around the world, the Silver Shadow remains a familiar sight at classic car shows, weddings, and special occasions. Its timeless design ensures it never looks out of place, no matter the era. Whether finished in classic black, deep blue, or elegant silver, it always looks dignified and complete. At Down Under Motors, we believe the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow is more than just a classic car. It's a lesson in how luxury was once defined, not by speed or technology, but by comfort, craftsmanship, and character. It reminds us that true luxury doesn't age, it matures. If you've ever dreamed of owning a Rolls-Royce, the Silver Shadow might just be the most honest expression of what the brand stands for. It's not about showing off. It's about enjoying the journey, appreciating the details, and experiencing a level of refinement that few cars can offer even today. So next time you see a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow glide past, take a moment to appreciate what you're witnessing. You're not just looking at a car, you're looking at history on wheels, a masterpiece of engineering and elegance that continues to define what it means to travel in true luxury. And here at Down Under Motors, we'll always celebrate machines like this, because legends like the Silver Shadow deserve to be remembered, respected, and driven.